Hey, good afternoon. Well, it's afternoon here. I hope you're having a really good day. Today is Friday, March the 29th. It's Good Friday. This is Mary Lou Foster. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Sulphur Springs, Texas, which is up in the northeast corner of Texas between Dallas and Texarkana. And today I have a fun fold happy birthday card for you using the Perennial Lavender Designer Series paper. This paper is just gorgeous. I write notes in my classes, so this note is a reminder for them to be sure and adhere the short end of this strip underneath that white liner. Isn't that pretty though, how that opens up? So the instructions, like the cutting instructions for this card, will be on my blog. I will post a link to that because there's really not anything fancy about it. The card base is cut just a little bit differently than usual. Instead of being 5.5 by 8.5, it is cut at 5.5, but you cut off an inch and an inch. So I've scored it at 4.25, and you can kind of see the score mark there. When you fold it, then the front is going to be that inch shorter than the back of the card. And there's a white liner that goes on the inside, but like I reminded them, I have a strip. This is the 1-inch strip that comes off the front. How cool is that? And like I said, the instructions, you'll score it. I believe it was at 3.5, but don't quote me on that. I do have, you can quote me on that. It scored at 3 inches. I did write up a tutorial, and I printed that for them because they like sometimes to have the cutting instructions when they leave the class. So it assembles like that, probably a little bit further out. So there's the same mat, and then I push the fold pretty close, as close as I can get it. And you'll have a piece of coordinating cardstock. This is the Fresh Freesia, which is my absolutely most favorite. And there, I put 2 pieces in there because I'm going to decide. I believe I want to use this one on the card I'm making for you today. I used the one that had lots of flowers on it, but I put both of them in there for today. So I'm going to go ahead and mount this piece of designer series paper on the cardstock because there's nothing fancy about that or hard. And kind of get it centered. Then I'm going to put my adhesive on the strip that I'm going to be sticking. And I just kind of want it in the middle. So you can eye it up. If you're a measuring kind of person, well, you might want to measure it. I'm just going to kind of eye it up. Might be a little bit too high. And then get everything. Then I'm ready to go ahead and adhere the white liner to the inside of the card. And I put my adhesive on that strip, and I'm going to put some adhesive here because I want it to lay pretty flat. And get this kind of centered up in here. I always caution, don't just start sticking stuff down until you kind of figured out how the card is made. Now, guess what the hint is on this piece? If you put your adhesive all around the edges like we're used to doing, you are going to stick it to the front of your card, and your card will not open. I recommend putting your adhesive on this strip. Then you can kind of hold this, and that's all the adhesive that it needs because it's going to hold that piece on. So that's pretty easy. Now for the, but guess what I haven't addressed? Did you notice this white layer on the left side of the card? It is embossed with this beautiful cane weave embossing folder. And I think if I have looked at my lists correctly, I believe this one is going to carry forward into the new catalog, which always makes me happy. I have already embossed them. I have to use my big machine. I can't use this mini die cutting machine. Got to kind of watch my feed, because here's what we're making today. A birthday fun fold card. Of course, I got my inspiration online, and I can't even tell you who I first saw it. Yeah, I didn't get that on as nicely as I would like to. And we're using the Perennial Lavender Designer Series paper. And let me show you this paper. It's just gorgeous. And this is I want to say it's an online exclusive, but I don't think it is. I should have looked before I got on. Lots of lavender, purples, gorgeous gray, fresh freesia, Highland heather, and there's the list: Lost Lagoon, pretty peacock, shaded spruce. Look how pretty that is. Now let's talk about our label. I have already punched out. The double oval punch is going to retire. So if this is one that you would like to have in your craft room, I would recommend getting it. Some of the things are going to be on sale beginning April the 9th, which is still week after next. But they're all while supplies last. So unless you're a gambling person and you don't mind losing, I would recommend maybe not even waiting, because once the price is lowered, it really goes fast. Since this is a birthday card, just stamped it with happy birthday. I use the very best occasions. Let me put that up for you. All of these stamp sets and paper and everything, they'll be linked on my blog post, so you can go straight to my Stampin' Up online store. So what I wanted to show about this, another reason I picked a different piece of designer series paper, is just because I put my label over to the left. You can put your label wherever it looks best for the piece of paper that you got. And you know what? I think I want it right there. And I did put it on dimensionals just to give it a little definition. The fold in this card is not set yet. I probably need to use my bone folder. And I hope that my camera is staying focused. I videoed 2 cards I made earlier in the week on the same video, and the crazy focus was out of wonk. How about, here's what I want right here. I'm going to use my bone folder, but I can't do it on the edge of the embossing, because see, I flattened the embossing on it. And let's do it right here. That helped set that crease. And then these beautiful purple fine shimmer gems just help. And they're in 3 different colors. And you don't really notice that till you open it and get it out. And then you can see that these top ones are a little more red. These are probably the fresh freesia and the gorgeous grape. The top ones may be blackberry bliss, actually. And I used a bunch because, y'all, Why save this stuff? Why not use it? And I think I'll do that. And I'm going to use all the same color. I'm not going to mix my colors up on this one. Let me see here. Let's do that. And let's do that. And they're just scattered all over the front of the card. And that's all there is to it for that card. The sentiment on the inside, sending you smiles for every moment of your special day. And my hint about that one, you're going to want it more to the left. So when you close this front, it's not sticking out. So I always just kind of close the front and eye it up just a little bit to see where it is I would like to stamp that. I use Gorgeous Grape. And when you close it, I didn't do any other decorating on the inside of it. The cool thing about it, because these are on the front, that's really the inside. They show up there. I don't like to put these embellishments on the actual inside of my card because they stick up and they make indents. But you could stamp some flowers. I thought that I purchased the Perennial Lavender stamp set. I can't find it. That's my card for today. Pretty easy, pretty cute. Who wouldn't like to open that up and see the gorgeous lavender flowers? All right, well, that's all I have for you today. If you need a catalog, please contact me. Otherwise, you can shop with me at maryloufoster.stampingup.net. I will put the blog link when I post this, and you'll be able to just go right there to shop with me. All right, that's all for today. See you next time. Bye.